and then I pulled right out of her ass. smell my fingers. Smell my fingers. Smell my fingers.
Yeah.
Here we go for another edition of Jofo in the Ring. And yes, my name is Frank Jofo, and we have a special guest here in studio. Sexxxy Eddy is here in studio. Welcome here, Sexxxy Eddy.
Oh, I'm so excited. I am excited. So, apparently I learned we can say anything we want on this show. Anything. You guys are going to be thrown out of here. I swear to God, the cops are going to be here in about an hour.
Mostly because we can't have people in the studio.
Oh, yeah. Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Thanks for that great intro, Frank. Great.
Kyle, smell my fingers.
Yeah. Kyle, I sniffed him more in.
We got Sexxxy Eddy in the studio.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
It's great.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I know. Like we said, the name of the show, Jofo in the Ring, just our fucking opinion. Do not be afraid to censor yourself.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Amen. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
We couldn't get any 4 logos for you, so I filled this water bottle with vodka.
Oh, you picked my poison. Thank you.
Oh, man. So,
Yeah.
the independent scene. What's going on in the independent scene?
It's dead right now. There's nothing happening.
Got COVID, didn't it?
Yeah, you know, they say no partying, you can't have fun, and this is what it's come down to, you know? I mean, fuck, you're having sex with a mask on now? They want you to do that shit and stuff? I mean, no.
How much a hooker cost with a COVID surcharge? It's fucking expensive. When she left, I tipped her with a 20 in her mask.
Oh, beautiful. No, but now you got to pass the card, right? So
Yeah.
you got to bend them over and right through the ass, I guess. It's,
I was Apple Pay.
Oh, man. So, is there, I just got fucking...
There's no shows happening. So, I mean, again, folks, if you've been living under a rock or in Saudi Arabia or wherever, this is not happening. My last show was on March 6th. So,
March 6th of this year.
Of this
2020.
year. That was the last show. And then the shit hit the fan where they were like, okay, we'll have 1 week off. And 1 week became 2 weeks. 2 weeks became like a month, 3 months.
And we're
the
still
ball's
the same,
still
yeah.
rolling. So
Yeah.
we're still
in that
getting
town.
sick. We're still fucking shit up. We're still, the world is a clusterfuck right now.
It's a shame
So-
because like it got started again slowly,
Yeah.
and then after that it just shut down again. It's like, okay, we tried, but we can't do it now. So
Yeah, it was
people wanna see
just
wrestling.
starting to pick back up
The
again, and then
independent
fucking...
scene, you know what I mean? Like everybody, like not everybody could go watch WWE shows and AEW
Yeah.
shows, you know. So we rely on the independent scene to get our wrestling fix. And now we don't have that wrestling fix, but
And sadly, you don't have like the WWE, AEW type shit where you can just have a show and still pay your wrestlers
Yeah.
without a crowd. Like in the independents, you need a crowd.
yeah.
So it's like, how are you keeping yourself sane?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been terrible. I've had some benders, man. Man. So I see some people I used to have fun with wrestling, and then after the wrestling, it's like there's the camaraderie with the gang. Sometimes you take a ring rat. A ring rat means a girl that likes a lot of wrestling shows and sleeps with the wrestlers. A ring rat, if you
Similar
know,
to a chuckle fucker.
chuckle fucker, which I just learned today that only fucks comedians, and apparently there's a lot of them in this area. I hear there's a lot of these
Well,
chuckle
I
fuckers.
didn't know
Right? I don't know. From what he told me when I smelled his fingers, that's what I'm just saying.
Smelled like my toothbrush, didn't it?
I was taking a gulp, man. That was gonna go. That was good.
But who was your last match against? In the,
His name was the Crow something. Wait, I'm bad at it. I don't even know what I had for breakfast 2 days ago. You're asking me all the way March 6th. It was at FML Wrestling in Saint Jean, Richelieu.
Well, you fought some big wrestlers. You fought Honky Tonk Man, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, like you said before, Eddie Kingston, Brian Pillman Jr.,
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Bruce the Barber, Lanny Poffo, like
WWE
greats.
Hall of Famer. Sorry, Brutus the Barber
Yeah.
Beefcake.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Honky Tonk Man, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yeah, is a Hall of Famer as well.
Yeah.
So does that mean I'm gonna be a Hall of Famer soon?
Wow, you know what?
I'm on the right track, baby.
First step is this show.
Yes.
We have produced not one, but we're feeling real confident about this episode.
I know for sure after this show I'll be getting my picture taken, probably at the police station. So that's not going to be for what I want it for. But
Yeah.
they get the side view, the profile, and everything. And
Bails on
be
you,
the
right?
end of me. So thanks for having me. This is the last time you'll be seeing me anywhere in an entertaining forum, people. So enjoy it, you bastards. Fuck you sons of bitches, making me say these stories for you people. I do it for you, for all you guys, and this is what's gonna happen to me. That's the Benoit move, right? Oh, it's delete. Yeah, we'll stick with delete, right?
Actually, I think the Benoit move involves a rope, but
Oh boy,
Oh, my
he just
God.
pulled it a little too tight because I mean he could have had pleasure, but then
I mean,
right? I just say again, that's okay. It's not too soon for that.
it's not too soon. I mean,
Oh no, it's been a long time ago.
God works in mysterious ways. Just now when he's pulling a rope,
Hey-oh. Cheers to that.
It is. And we are this is the last episode of Jofo in the Ring, ladies and gentlemen. So, Sexxxy Eddy, I want to thank you for being our last guest.
Amazing. It was great. A lot of fun. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah. Well,
So you fought Joey Ryan too as well. Can you describe fighting Joey Ryan? Because I know in the independent scene, he's one of the bigger names on the independent scene.
Yeah.
And you've had some matches with him as well.
So there's like in wrestling too. There's the guys that have made it. There's guys. First it was WWE guys, and then there's the guys in the independent. There was such a big gray area. And then you had a couple of those independents that started breaking out. Those are like the Fallen Angel.
Fallen Angel,
like
yeah.
Christopher Daniels.
Daniels.
Brian, there was Brian. I mixed up his name always.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson, whatever. Like him, CM Punk, AJ Styles. Those were some of the guys that were making good money to stay on the independents. And then they just wanted, I guess, to check it off their bucket list, to say, hey, I did WWE, the biggest one, even though some of them were getting more money doing the random independents. But, then you want that security. You want doing safer matches too, because some of the stuff that they're not allowed to do anymore. You watch some of those guys wrestle each other on the indies, and then you watch them wrestle on WWE pay-per-views and stuff, and it's a different match.
Yeah, it's completely
like,
different
I mean, there's a lot less maybe flying moves, but it's a good story, and you got a huge crowd. So when you got that many people making noise, and they're like, they think this is the first time it's happened, although it's like 10 years ago type thing. So, when you do your homework on a lot of wrestlers, you find out where they started. So there's the WWE, and then there's the independents.
Yeah.
They kind of helped bring it closer together. And now it's social media. Guys like Joey Ryan was able to like use Twitter and fucking Instagram and Grindr and whatever, all those fucking things,
everywhere. He was everywhere.
Exactly. He was
Yeah.
everywhere. That's why that's the first time I think the reported case a girl got an STD on social media was from Joey Ryan. So he was the first guy to do that. That's amazing, like
That's insane.
that's a feat in itself. So,
Say that, fuck.
so no, but with that, so he was another guy that we got to work together too, and we actually did the WrestleMania last year. We did the penis party, which was supposed to be the first annual penis party, and they were ready to do a bunch of these, and shit happens, and then you get
well, there was a Viagra on a pole match that I saw.
that was again, this came from here, some of these ideas and stuff, and so he was like cool with it. I was like, look, I'm taking 3 bumps, you're taking 1 bump. He's like, that's great, I love it.
Perfect.
For any guy, especially a well-known indie guy that's traveling almost every day.
Yeah, because he's probably fighting 3-4 times a week at the time.
Something like that. And then some of them have their own promotions.
Yeah.
Some of them have like a school sometimes too. So like they're busy every day. And then you got the good guys like Mike Quackenbush. When he'd go to Germany, he'd do 2 shows, let's say. Then the whole week he's doing seminars. Okay. And then you're in England to do a show or 2 shows. Then you're doing seminars. So he'd make it's a month-long trip, but he's getting paid every day.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, I wish I knew how to show other people wrestling. I mean, I know what I can do, and I know sometimes what other people can do to bring out some of their potential. But to go and do classes that I wasn't comfortable with. But you learn after I've had a couple chances when I was younger, and then you learn what you coulda, shoulda, woulda done, and stuff. So I think I would have banged more women from abroad. That's one of the things, you always.
Some of the thing you're most pissed off about, eh?
I'm like, if they told me not to fuck the promoter, they said you might get banned from this country, and then I was like, I think I can maybe guarantee my spot in her spot, So, yeah.
It's those missed opportunities.
So, but for Joey Ryan too, like we knew each other before. He wrestled at WS one time. I wrestled at PWG one time, and then after that, like, we've been people with social media now are able to like connect you with certain guys. Hey, you need to do a match with him. You need to do, and so we ended up doing a series of matches and stuff. And at the beginning, the first time when I wrestled him in a 3-way, and there was a little bit of beef, and it was like
real life beef.
Well, because guys were telling me stuff like, he ripped you off. You should kick his ass or beat him up for real in the ring. And I'm like, no, guys that do the real shit in the ring, I find are pretty unprofessional.
You're sandbagging him if you do that, right?
I was like, let me talk to him, and I just wanted to, I said, I know we got our match. He was pretty much on his cell phone that first time we met. He was just staying on his cell phone, and I talked with him, and I was like, listen, I know the stuff you did. You wrestled Dino, the guy in Japan, and he told you all this stuff and whatever. So we worked through, for those that don't know, like the dick flip. I came up with that. I did it. It's like, and then a lot of dick related stuff. That's something that I came up with. Wrestled a guy in Japan. That guy, like a year and a half, 2 years later, wrestles Joey Ryan. The Japanese guy tells him to do the spot. It goes viral. And the credit goes to him. The credit and also the hate. A lot of hate went to him at the beginning, but then he started making a ton of money, and then people were like, "No, it works."
I can imagine because he was all over the place.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw it.
Just because of that move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. The beer fairy. Yes.
I told you all you got to do is
You should see the skirt on that beer fairy too, man. Boy, after a couple
see
more
the
of these.
dick on her too.
Oh yes. Oh man. So where I'm going with this too is like, so we ended up talking, and then after that we were okay and great friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Until recent activities and things came up, and it's just kind of overwhelming because again, I don't want to say guys tend to know guys in one way, but then sometimes guys act very different with girls and stuff. So he was cool with me and stuff, and we'd talk wrestling, we'd talk girls and things like that. But I never saw him do any of this.
Yeah, it's
the allegedly creepy stuff and all
alleged
that. So, and I don't see everyone's fucking phones, so I don't know what you're. I don't even think sending dick pics is cool anymore, right? I think
Twitter's a world in itself.
I never.
It's like it's not attractive.
I just like a girl. Okay, what am I gonna do with this? Yeah, do you know how to use it? Every girl that I've talked to was like, when you got a dick pic, did it like, oh fuck, I gotta see this? Like no,
no, and.
But if a girl sent me a set of tits, I'm fucking her right away. Like, what the fuck? It's the best.
Well, that's because tits are great to look at.
Oh my god! It's the most beautiful thing on this earth.
They're even better when they're like kind of covered and they're like
there's a little bit of mystery, you know. And I like them. I've fucked a lot of moms. That's one thing that as you get older, you realize the importance of fucking moms because they already. It's like. They'll make you a good meal after. They got kids, so they know how to cook. And you're in and out. The kids are coming soon from school.
I'm out of here.
So that's the thing. You don't have to you're like, well, I talked. Will I see you again? Well, I didn't. None of that shit. Yeah. They're like, thanks for reminding me. I had a baby that came out there. You stretched it out again. Good. Thank you very much, Sexxxy Eddy.
And the most important part about banging moms is you don't have to get too close to suck on the tit because the nipple's all the way out here.
All the way out there, yes.
Yeah, it's just got those chewed up mom nipples that look like a coat hanger.
You could be a little rough with them too. It's fun, yeah.
And
they've given birth. You can move them around.
Yeah.
You fought a lot of women too, as well as men in the ring, right?
Yeah, a lot of women, and it was it became a trend where with my character doing the alpha male, sometimes to wrestle, someone else might have a gay character. Or is that a homosexual character to say, and he might not even be he might not even really be gay.
Yeah.
But it'll go great. We'll have great chemistry, just like the girls and stuff too. Which every time I wrestle a girl, we have fun. We do some stuff that's original, but also my goal always was to empower the women at the end,
of course.
so that there is sometimes some girls in the crowd, if it's or little girls in the crowd too, and I always thought if they're willing to take this from me and stuff, then it's like, yeah, it's cool. So I have a lot of fun. I like the challenge of always getting a different, it's not just an opponent in black tights that I'm wrestling. Yeah. Boring. It's like, oh, someone has a character. This guy likes to party.
Could be anybody too, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
you want the
every time I have a different, unique character, I get to... okay, my hamster starts running. I won't think of good wrestling spots. That's a chain of wrestling moves for everyone out there. I'll sometimes think of, great ideas and stuff of more comedy involved in wrestling, because you look at the match that's before you when you get the card in the backstage. Okay, I'm match number 3. I look at the match before me, I look at the match after me. What am I going to be doing different? Oh, got high flyers in the match before me. All right, I won't do as much because they'll have seen it. I'm gonna throw in. Oh, and the match after me, there's there's some power guys, some big guys.
Is that
So I'll
something
put
that
comedy.
you look at? Like,
I look at yeah.
Is that like okay? Maybe for you, but in general, does everybody look at that and say, "Hey, look, I want to see who's before me and who's after me"? To say, I don't want to be the exact same.
They should, and it's something that I just picked up on my own, and being on a
smart,
show where you'll see 4 of the same finishes, like
because you more or less know all the people that you're wrestling around with, right?
even then,
to a certain
I mean,
point?
yeah, exactly. Because I've been to a lot of places,
Yeah.
especially like you're in Japan. I did 3 tours in Japan.
That's amazing.
I don't know the guys in the locker room, but they're respectful and they know, let's say, the 2-3 moves,
know
and
where
they
you
won't
come
do it.
from. They know who you are and where you come from and what you
For
do. right?
every wrestler out there, if you're learning or you're an experienced veteran, you'd know. But it's like when you have someone who's higher up on the ladder with more experience than you, or a WWE guy, you don't do his move. Jake the Snake's on the show. Oh, and then you're match 1 and you want to do a spinning DDT off the top rope. No, you don't touch the DDT
That's respect, that.
the whole show. So there's things like that. And not every wrestler learns that. Depends who's trained you. Yeah. And sometimes you learn the hard way, where I've seen guys get chewed up backstage.
Really?
And like, what the fuck are you doing? You just did this acid drop sliced bread number 2, big fancy move. And this guy does it like he's an old guy, 60, and he does it just standing, So you can't do that. It's just like when Stunner retired, Stone Cold Austin retired.
yeah.
And then you see so many variations of the Stunner, like John Cena was doing one.
Yeah,
Kevin Owens was doing the regular one,
Yeah.
but then there was, what's this chick Moon? Amber Moon?
Oh, Ember Moon.
She
Yeah,
does
she
that
does it off the
twist and
top.
flip.
Yeah.
So, because he's not wrestling anymore, and I guess they gave him permission. They're working under the WWE umbrella, so it's okay.
Well, there is a lot of guys that reach out. Like you said, there was
Ricochet, when he started doing the recoil, he
Yeah.
texted Jericho because
Okay.
it was the code breaker to ask permission, just like I'm sure Randy Orton messaged DDP.
I just heard about that.
Yeah.
I just heard it. Yeah, so I'm like, that's kind of cool. And I mean, but some of these guys, even if DDP said no, you can't use it, Randy Orton probably be fuck you. I don't care about anyone.
Actually, DDP just told another story too. Apparently, when Triple H first came to WWE after leaving WCW, he was using the diamond cutter.
Really?
And this was before DDP had blown up.
Really?
So he actually called Triple H and asked him to not use it anymore.
Oh
And
yeah, I
Triple
just
H
read.
stopped.
Yeah.
And we have the pedigree now. So
And then even CM Punk was doing the pedigree off the 3rd rope, right? When he was doing it, what was it called? He'd do it off the 3rd rope.
He had the GTS.
But before on the
Before that, okay,
Indies,
on
he
the
was
Indies.
doing it Pepsi Plunge.
Yeah.
I think it was called.
yeah, I remember he had those matches with Samoa Joe and Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
That were just
And you
fucking
watch that, and then once you
insane.
get into WWE, whoa, pedigree. No. That's I do it off the 3rd rope. Yeah, exactly. You kill my move, and I'm just doing it standing in the ring. So again, if you have a Hogan on a show, and he'd be, hey everyone, don't do leg drops, or at least don't finish a guy with a leg drop in your match. Do elbows.
What's your go-to finishing move?
Well,
finish the match. It's done. Let's go.
yeah. So again, it's. I used to do some other stuff, but then age catches up to you, and concussions catch up to you, and you're like, you got to be safe. Which is still, I do the split-legged moonsault. Okay. So RVD does it in one jump. I kind of do a bounce. But I used to do some other stuff when I was younger and more talented. Okay. Now I just don't give a fuck. Like, some people will say, hey, this guy's going to phone in his match. Like, yeah, I got 2 phones to phone in my match, meaning that you don't care sometimes. You're like, that's all you're going to pay me? Really? We had a deal. All right, well, I'm going to do a line of Coke, drink some beer, and wrestle your guy, too. I might drop on his head, but that's on you, promoters. On you. You got to pay the green if you want to see the red. That's another rule of thumb. Don't ask me to fucking, hey, we got light tubes. We heard you like to break glass on your fucking back. It's like,
sometimes they do. I'm sure.
I've done that, but I don't like it.
Is it up to you to bring that up?
I like
yeah,
because I'm sure promoters are coming to you like, oh, I've seen this, I've seen that. We already have it ready for you. Well, I wasn't planning on doing that
they
tonight.
did. I'm like, no, I'm in a church basement.
Yeah.
But we just saw you do it in the States.
Yeah.
And they gave me there was light tubes that they had in some storage room for like 20 years.
Yeah.
There's dust on that. I'm not getting an infection. No. I'll use the car door. Yeah, we'll do that. And then hey, I'll roll down the window. He puts his hand to punch me, and I close it on his hand. Yeah. Simple gaga shit like that. Yeah. But I'm not gonna break glass for a small crowd. And like when there's kids, it's like.
Yeah.
My first time I did that was my welcome to the States. Was at Tournament of Death. Was the first time. It was my first time there, so I had to make an impression. And their fucking Tournament of Death. This isn't child's play, but there were kids in the crowd. Yeah. But kids would get blood from some of the wrestlers on their clothes, and they're like, look, Ma, I got the blood of the man on my shirt. And it's like, you don't know if it's his accent or if he's retarded, you know? So, can I say that? Or if he's special, if he rides the short bus. You don't know if he rides the short bus. So,
just kidding. We love Lexington, Kentucky.
yeah, so these kids were there, and I ended up cutting an artery. Oh, by the way, I don't do heroin, or I just gave blood. So, while you guys are spreading COVID, I'm fucking saving lives, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
My blood, I wouldn't take my blood. I cut myself. I don't suck it because I don't know where I've been. But they take my blood, so I might have the cure for COVID in me with all the Four Loko drinks that I fucking drink.
We'll find out in 24 to 48 hours.
I think if you drank in a Four Loko once in your life, COVID can't touch you.
Yep, you're immune. Apparently, that's what Trump says. Trump, I'm immune. I can't get the COVID or whatever the fuck.
I feel so good. I'm gonna kiss all the boys. Did you see that in the press
I
conference?
seen the one with Jesus popping in a shot, and Trump is doing his accordion talk there with his hands and fucking guy. Anyways, whatever. If he dies, he dies, right? It's just a cold, Donald. It's a cold.
Exactly.
Fucking Donald Dick.
Drink your bleach.
Wait, I don't know how I got onto that, but fuck, I don't even remember what the fucking question was at the beginning. But I bet it was a good one. Death matches and stuff. But Joey Ryan turned him into death. So I pierced an artery and it started bleeding. And as I'm wrestling, we're getting to the end of the match. And instinct, as I was squeezing my hand, because it made the blood go higher. Okay. So I have a great visual against the white sky. I turned and I squeezed and I squirted in my mouth like a water fountain.
Oh my God.
And when I did that, the camera got it good. That went viral, and that was I was getting booked everywhere, and it's like we started from there. It was then
Who is this guy?
It was New Jersey, was Philly at the old CZW arena or ECW's arena, old arena. No, that was in New York. That was in Philly. Yeah. And so the ball started going from there, and then like 3 months later, I was in Germany and England. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm getting all these calls because YouTube was just starting. Kind of, it was like not as big of a phenomenon, but like now you can use it to really push their value up.
Yeah, of course.
So this made me get to go everywhere. Yeah. Then they wanted more Canadians to come, or from IWS guys to come and wrestle on their show. And CZW, one of the biggest companies in the States at the time, not as much anymore, but they had a good DVD sales and stuff. Okay. And from there, that's when people saw those. And then I got to go to Japan. I got to go everywhere. So they wanted more IWS guys. So they were like, "Oh, well, we've seen the guy fucking bleed. Let's see if guys can work, if they can wrestle, and then let's see if guys can do comedy. And let's see if this." So they had Frankie the Mobster, Beef Wellington, LuFisto, Kevin Owens, and El Generico, Sami Zayn, guys like 3.0 too, were like 3.0. Everrise. Yeah. Like, I mean, we all got starts sometimes, and you never know. But like the right video, the right marketing, the right public. Yeah. Exactly. Sometimes people won't remember who wins or loses. Yeah. Like I always say, it's the moment. So if you put 1, 2, 3 moments in your match, then that's great, and that's what people will remember, and that's what. The last thing people could tell me, my first wrestling show, I fucking said, there it is. Right, we'll see that together. You know, you'll see that blood, just so you can see the fucking visual. So this is all real blood, folks. So it's just gushing out, but you'll see. Keep it playing, and it'll you'll get a good shot. It'll end up going with a white sky. You'll see. It'll be squirting, and
I guess what sucks about you getting famous for doing that is that, like, did a lot of promotions expect you to do that at their show too? You can't be cutting your fucking artery every match.
That's they're like, I just fucking take the Band-Aid off and it bleeds again. So you're gonna see it soon, but it's nonstop. So see where with the white.
Oh God! Oh! So tell me you put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, that was yeah. You know what? Because I first. Well, here we go. In slow motion, they got it going. So it's nonstop. So.
Oh my God. Yeah, but exactly like you said. Do they expect you to do this every time?
This is something too. This happened, And the moment right there, I was like, this is like a horror movie, you know? This is like when Jason cuts off someone's arm or Freddy Krueger. I was like, this is cool. Yeah. It's hours later when I had the hospital gown and we were watching some wrestling at someone's house. We were chilling because we don't get hotels. We're just starting out and stuff in the States. And I was started shaking, and I'm like, fuck, I lost a lot of blood. Yeah. And and even then, this could have been my last wrestling match, my first and last in the States, because the bills were $800. But I'm like, I go to the hospital to get stitched. At first, they had to burn it, cauterize it, stitch it, and then stitch over it. Because when you burst an artery like that, you cut an artery, you could bleed yourself to death. Yeah. So they had me in the back of a pickup truck, drove me there, and I told
you're clearly putting it back.
Yeah, I told the nurses. That's what I thought too. I don't watch these fucking ER shows.
I'm not a bloodologist.
I drank it. I thought it stays in your body, and then people are laughing at me. I'm like, what do you fucking do when blood's shooting out of your arm? Really? Do you think at that moment? No, you don't. So I told the nurses. I said, it was my first time working at a strip club here, and the people didn't like my act. And because I'm coming in, I showed up in my underwear and my wrestling boots covered in blood, like you saw. So with that joke, I broke the ice, and I told the doctor, "Look, can you put it was a moving accident?" So I said I moved a couch. I was going to throw the lights, and I fell on the lights. Okay. He signed that off. Really? And a little known fact that because he did that, I didn't have to pay the $800 of fees that I would have to pay in the States, and I would have probably fucking quit.
So you would have said it was a wrestling accident or
not allowed. It's an extreme sport, and going across the border and doing that work. So I guess it's passed so many years, so they can't come back at me. I fucking hope not. If it does, I'm coming after you guys, man. No, so that's the. Oh,
good luck.
Shit! Oh shit!
Good luck. We're moving.
I don't think people will watch this far. They'll be like, "Oh, this old guy again. Fuck, that's not Sexxxy Eddy. What is this with his Fu Manchu that he's growing?" I'm like, "Hey, guess what? I grow what I want. That's what I do. Sexy is 100% attitude. Yeah. Doesn't matter with your facial hair. Doesn't matter if I got some designs down there neither. You know, that's for me to know and you ladies to find out if it's consensual, of course. Yeah. Obviously. You don't do it any other way, right?
That was good. That's what was great
turn
about.
Me on. I got hard just saying that word.
That's what was great about those DVDs. Like, remember back in the day when you were a kid, you go to like the fucking video store, you go to like the wrestling section, they'd have like obscure DVDs and you just pick them up. Yeah. I mean, that's how I started watching WCW. I saw Hogan on one of the covers. I was like, oh fuck, he's there. And then just started renting those
matches. And then sometimes their best matches are not that good.
No, like I remember they had a Kevin Nash. It was the best of Diesel, but this was before the NWO.
Yeah, okay.
So it was like fucking 95 Diesel. So it's like, and in the main event of our DVD of Coliseum Video presents fucking Diesel, it's him versus fucking King Kong Bundy. Couldn't even powerbomb him. And it's Bundy in the mid 90s. It's not 80s Bundy.
Yeah, when he came back.
Yeah. It's Bundy who moves like me now. Fucking bad.
So you fought Kevin Owens, you fought El Generico. Like, tell me a little bit about these guys.
I fought them way too many times. So it's but at least these were two guys that you talk about the match one time and it's all up there. Yeah. It's all registered. And some of these guys, like Kevin could. Yeah, we were traveling. You're traveling. You're going to CZW. You're going to Combat Zone Wrestling. You're going to New Jersey, Jersey All Pro Wrestling. You're going 7 hours there, 7 hours back. You're talking about stuff. But even then, when I talk about them, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm wrestling Kevin." He could do the match forward and backwards in his head.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, this is the finish. How did we get to that finish? We did this move before this. And I'm like, that's amazing. You're like, it's like a Rain Man of wrestling. Oh, wow. So I'm like, I don't have to remember anything. Yeah. I'm with him. He's going to call everything. So he's like, yeah, Kevin, do that move that you dropped me on my head. Yeah, then I'll come back, hit you with this. And then do that other move you dropped me on my head. And it's like old time, a lot of his moves that he can't do now. Yeah. But some of them, I think somebody just saw, it was at Lance Storm or Shane Helms. They just saw it. Somebody had posted the clip and they're like, holy crap, what a move. Yeah. And it was like, that match was like 15 years ago. But it's nobody's doing it. Or if it is, again, it could be someone who saw it and doing it in Japan and Mexico. Because it's hard to invent and be unique right now. There's whatever character you've had, there's been before. So they've had sexy guys all over, and I've based a lot of my stuff when I started on like Shawn Michaels, Ravishing Rick Rude, Rick the Model Martel. These were guys that I really was like, oh, I like a little bit of this, I like a little bit of that. And then I just took it one step further, and then we're doing shows with the IWS where it's over 18 in bars. At one point, we had a porn company, Wild Rose porn company, sponsoring us, so they'd feed us girls, so I could do promos. I was the first, and I think I'm the only guy to suck titties at a wrestling show in the ring. People have fucked in a ring, but with not an audience. So this is for pornos, but this was for a wrestling match. Before a wrestling match, took off her top, and I fucking sucked on her tits. I made sure to suck nipples, not just the motorboat. So I sucked nipples. I'm the first guy to do the fucking dick flip, and I'm the first guy to do the there was the trash can moonsault, climbing up on the top rope with a garbage can and doing a backflip. Just fucking stupid because you don't have your hands. You can't see where you're going. But I was young. I was like, I'm invincible. I think you wasted my 8 lives. I got one more. I'm hanging on a string. And my latest shenanigan was doing the naked moonsault. What I did,
Yes.
I think I debuted that actually like 5 years ago. I did that in a bar at Fufuna Electric, and I did it there. And then I was waiting for the right moment to do it again. So that moment was last year, WrestleMania weekend, on a big show. It was called Joey Janela's Spring Break.
Okay.
And
He does.
he does that big show, and I was like, there was like 60 people, guys that were in that match. There was they had like 3-4 WWE guys there. Mantar was there. S.A. Rios was there. The fake Sting.
The fake
Justin Farmer, the one who was in WCW.
Yeah,
That's what his
fake
name
Sting.
was. Justin Farmer.
Justin Farmer. When you look him up, he's got some funny promos.
Really?
Anyways,
Yeah.
all these guys were sharing the locker room, and I'm like, Rock and Roll Express had just wrestled like 2 matches before the whole clusterfuck. Clusterfuck is basically 60 guys. There's an order of the guys going in, so some guys have good gimmicks, good characters that'll work good together. So you got 60 guys. So I was in there. Joey Ryan was in there. We had a spot together. There was another guy, Effie, who has a gay wrestling character, but he's also legit, real gay in life. So I'm naked, holding my package. That guy's Effie's kicking me. My ass is hitting Joey Ryan in the face, and Joey Ryan pushes my ass back out. I get again kicked in the stomach. My ass and we're just doing this really stupid, funny stuff. But that's
here?
what people.
Is this the one?
That's one of the. That's one of the times we can see
This
that.
is the ECW.
No, actually, it looks the same with
It
that
looks the
balcony.
same, eh?
This is the naked
He's
moonsault.
propping me up. He's propping me up. And boom, when you get hit with that's 5 pounds of cock meat slapped right off the top of your head. Whatever you want to call it, the pepperoni driver, the salami slam, whatever you want to call it. That's it.
The cock drop.
So you can't and you can't lift my hat. I'm like,
No.
I need something to cover up. And this is when I have most of my fun is being like having walking around the crowd after that, pretending I don't know where the exit is. So where was it? This way? Is this way? And I'm just walking, and everyone's sitting is at ass level to my ass. So I'm facing, turning everyone, and that's one of my most fun things to do that for 5 minutes.
amazing,
Like
man.
I'm almost at the curtain. No, wait, they're still cheering for me. Yeah,
having
you know.
fun. You're
And
having
I walk
fun. That's
around
what
with my
it's all
ass
about,
out.
Yeah, you got to eat it up. You got to eat it up.
Eat that ass up. You gotta eat it. Yeah.
Yeah, pink eye's cool.
So, you gotta be unique, and then some people could say, oh, that's not wrestling. That's dumb. Guys like Jim Cornett would say that's not wrestling. He's an idiot. I respect Jim Cornett, except I didn't understand why I had an Instagram, never wrote to him, and he blocked me already.
Are you have him on Twitter as well? I'm blocked from Jim Cornett for some reason on
We're
Twitter.
on the list. You made the list.
Yeah.
There's a long list of
why.
people that if they
I don't
like
know
certain
why.
wrestling,
Are
if
we
they
all blocked?
like certain type
Jofo in
of
the
wrestling
Ring is
that's
blocked.
too funny,
Yeah.
Are
it's
we
too
really?
funny.
Yeah.
Maybe they're
Jim
swearing.
Cornette.
So I respect his views, but
I
he's
do,
got to
yeah.
he's got to evolve, and he's a funny fucking guy, and he's a smart brain
A lot of
wrestling.
people say he's an old school kind of guy. I respect his opinion because a lot of people don't like his
I'm not
opinion.
blocked.
A lot of people don't like his opinion.
Join the club. Join the club. Tell him, do you like Sexxxy Eddy? Something like that, and then send a clip of me doing naked moonsault. You'll be blocked.
Done.
Blocked.
Done.
This is a live Jim Cornette blocking on
We're
the
coming
air.
after you, Cornette.
And actually, so I had one of my friends. He takes care of a lot of my social media because I'm retarded. So I'm special. I'm special when it comes to that.
You're right on time.
I'm right. Love isn't always on time. No. Yeah. So Jim Cornette, we did a YouTube video, and actually, if you have that too, it's I'm asking Jim Cornette. I'm begging him
That's
to.
on your YouTube page, right? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken,
And the thing is, it's like I get drunk with some of my friends once in a while. We call it GWB. GWB, Great White Buffalo. It's based on the movie
Tub Time Machine.
Exactly. And so when this happens, it's like Yeah, Great White Buffalo. So when we have this, I'm spilling the beans, but when we have this, it's boys, we're going to party, we're going to drink a lot, we're going to eat good, and I'll do a lot of drugs. Well,
You're going to K-Val. You're going to K-Val's.
Valley.
Valley.
That's a different language.
From the movie.
Yeah, actually, here you go. So this
There
is
we
every
go.
time I'd get drunk, you want to have the volume, and this is
I'm
fun.
going to need the headphones for this.
And every time I get drunk, my friends were like, shoot a promo. Again, Jim Cornett. Beg them, you know. So my friend did this. Great work. Tony Falcone. And he fucking put this together.
You can.
Shit. Hadouken!
Jim Cornett, I'm wasted. A lot of these videos I am wasted. And I'm a lot of times in my underwear. I just pull my pants down for a good.
You're a piece of shit.
Cheers to
But
those
you're
of you
fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
Boy has a big penis. Is that a crime?
They know him as the wrestler that did the dick spot. What the fuck? We don't like this. And the second dick spot, as we know, never goes viral.
I mean, I'm just a boy in his underwear with a big penis.
Fucking comedy bus with dick spot, Eddie. What the fuck? What's the matter with this bitch?
You know what, though? The thing is, though, people like Cornette that are like that with that mentality, those people are dying out anyway.
Yeah, it's
There's like
you know,
6 left.
I'm sure we'd get along on some things and we'd meet eye to eye, but
Yeah,
he
for
doesn't
sure.
like to meet eye to eye. And the older you get, the grumpier you get. That's the thing.
That's because what you did in the ring to all these women, he did it in real life, probably.
Because he thinks that's not professional wrestling, Jim
Yeah,
Cornette. That's what it is.
He's
right?
really like it's comedy.
Yeah.
It should be in
Yeah.
it should be in another
Yeah.
forum, and it's like the way I see it. There's something for everybody, and
Yeah.
you know, if you had every match was wrestling on the card, and again, if those fans want to just see that, but I like to see. If I was to be a promoter, which I was when we started
Yeah.
IWS, I always like to have a mix and be like, okay, there's going to be a 3-way of cruiserweights here. Let's do 2 powerhouses. So if someone sees big guys doing big, strong moves,
Yeah.
we'll have a women's match. You know, if they're available now, they're not anymore. Short people, midgets, you can't get them anymore.
Okay.
I mean, unless you got to go all the way to Mexico because they're the only ones that don't take the vitamins they need to stop that because they, you know, if they... Exactly.
growing.
Here it's more rare because now when moms take pills, they got a list of vitamins what to take. You know, so the kids don't have that.
Still taking thalidomide over there in Mexico.
I didn't even know what that is, but it sounds good. It sounds tasty. I sprinkle some out on my pizza.
It's like Flintstone vitamins over in Mexico.
So
See, Senor Fred, make me grow big.
and you know what? When you got 5 kids in your family, maybe you're like, you know, we need a small one. We'll make some good coin.
Smoke while you're pregnant, Mom.
Yeah, you know, either the circus or wrestling. There's always a place for you. Come. We need your small people, your large people, your small people. I like to mix it up on a show when you're a promoter, and that's the thing. So I'm like, you know, there hasn't been no comedy on the show. Do some comedy. You do some funny stuff, and then the kids are like, you're my favorite. And they tell me that, and I'm like, really? With all the guys that were on the show, when someone says I'm your favorite, I'm like, this old guy who's trying to be sexy, his gut is going over his trunks now because I haven't fucking wrestled since March, and I've been drinking my problems away, and I got to go to these AA meetings with a mask on. What is this? Cheers to that.
When you do those AA meetings and you stand up with the mask on, you're like, "Hi, my name's Eddie. I'm an alcoholic." Do they believe you? Or like, "That's not Eddie. Take your mask off.
Take your pants
That's
off.
bullshit.
I take my pants off.
Show us your dick.
It's your dick.
Flip me with your penis, Eddie."
I
just assume a lot of gay people go to AA.
That was a woman's voice. I'm sorry. I didn't want to offend anyone. That was a woman's voice, right? Yeah.
I'm not saying gay people are quitters. Nor am I saying alcoholics are quitters.
No, gay people usually finish themselves
Yeah, they're
off pretty
finishers.
good. They're finishers. I know a lot of girls that were not fucking finishers. I had some girl, so I slept with her when, it was okay, because in Canada, 16 is okay, right? Is it or not? Okay, well, we'll say she was 18 then, right?
Finish or be finished.
I was fucking, you know, she was a pro because I fucking pussy right to her ass. Like, I know I didn't need to spit lube up or nothing. She was just good. Then when she ended up getting years later breast implants, and I go to her apartment to fuck and stuff, and it was just like, you know, I always do once in a while, like Merry Christmas, how's it going? Or I see it's your birthday.
You'll slip it in
you
there,
know,
yeah.
did you get married yet? Because I wasn't invited to the wedding. I'm not with a guy. Oh, well, what are you doing? You're single? This night you want to have fun. So anyway, she got her breast
You're in
implants.
character 24/7.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. I go to her house and she got her, you know, I was like, oh, good. I get to try the model before and
Oh
after.
my God, you're not boring anymore.
And fuck, no, but the thing is, too, it was like she was dirty before, and now it was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to blow and stuff, and she's doing this shit on me. Now when a girl does this shit, it's like, don't get in my hair and my face. I'm like, you used to fucking lick it all up. What is this now? You got some big tits. You fucked some athletes or some important people. You can't fuck me anymore. Yeah. I'm like, come on. I showed you some of those moves that impressed those guys afterwards. So fuck, you gotta know, you gotta recognize, remember your roots.
She probably won't let you do it because Jim Cornett doesn't like you.
Jim Cornett.
Costing you pussy now. And that's fucking wrong,
No,
Jim.
you can take money out of my pockets, you can take the food out of my mouth, but you don't touch my pussy. My plate of pussy stays right here.
Come on.
You leave the pussy on his cock, goddammit.
Leave the pussy on my cock. Jim.
Fuck.
You were one of the founders for IWS. And IWS is a homegrown.
And it keeps getting bigger.
Getting bigger, yeah.
I left early because it was hard to do. I really had a passion for wrestling then, and I needed to wrestle more. So but to be a promoter, a good promoter, advertising, looking for sponsors, it was a lot of work.
It's a lot of work,
and
yeah.
I was kind of like, I just want to wrestle. I want to wrestle more. Because then if we're doing a meeting this weekend, but I want to do a show. I want to do as many shows as I can. So we started it off, and I was still with them. I think for our first show we did at the Medley, one of the biggest ones we did. And
Medley,
Mike Patterson, great comedian, was the ring announcer at the time. We had, like I said, a porn company there. So we had something for everybody. And the main event of IWS was always usually a death match or say at least a hardcore match.
And the Medley's a nice venue too.
It was beautiful,
wrestling,
and then they tore it down.
Yeah.
But I've jumped off that balcony so many times,
imagine.
and it's like, so you have, again, like I said, cruiserweights, big guys, a women's match. Then we had a death match. We had some porn girls coming in. So it's like, again, there's the
You
combination.
had everything there,
and
yeah.
we were the only ones. I said, look. Alcohol, violence, and sex.
Yeah, man.
Put them together.
Wow.
And fuck, you know, it's like
you got something there.
yeah. So that and we were the only English-based company at the time because everything Quebec, everything French in Montreal and stuff. So we said, look, man, if all these French guys are splitting up their fans, you got, let's say, 12 French promotions or even 20 across the province of Quebec. But there's no one English, so everyone English will come to us.
Exactly.
And that's how it happened. And people were like, man, I like your ideas, or I just like promos in English. Even you got some French guys that feel more comfortable doing a promo in English because that's what we grew up watching.
Exactly.
WWE in English. So whether you like it or not, I know the province we live in, but it's like we all grew up on watching English wrestling. So you learn the names of stuff. I mean, how many guys, they call a French guy a clothesline, They don't say a corde à linge. You hang your clothes on a goddamn corde à linge.
True, eh?
But it's a fucking clothesline. Go in here. If you go to the WWE and you say corde à linge, they'll show you the door. Now you can go hang your corde à linge, hang your clothes on your corde à linge at your fucking welfare house basement ghetto.
Find him hanging by his coat, the linge in his closet a couple months down the road.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Je vais frapper avec mon bras.
So again, wherever you wrestle, and I was in wrestling. A whole locker room they were all speaking Spanish and Japanese. Whole locker room, but the terms are in English. Yeah. So you still get some promotions that are like, no, you got to call it in French, this and that. I'm like, whatever. When you go to anyone's house, you take off your shoes. It's their rules. So same thing for me. Just because I've been wrestling for like 20 years, actually over 20 years. So I guess I started when I was 6 years old, right? That's right. Like do the math.
Jumping off the couch.
Yeah. So I'm pretty old, man. I sleep in an air chamber, and it's fucking. I have an oxygen pump. I'm actually 102, believe it or not. Eh?
You're just drinking stem cells all day.
Oh, you guys put a shot of that. What is it? Tourette'sol, fentanyl. What did you call it before?
The midget maker.
Oh, I didn't even get this. We're talking about making babies. Let me tell you a story too, because this is a little off wrestling. But so recently I just got a vasectomy.
Oh, nice.
And again, but because actually the first,
way to do your part.
This is my second penis operation. Actually, the first one was actually maybe you guys might be interested, and I'll get to the vasectomy story after. But if you guys want to see,
Love a good dick
I have
story.
a video here. Actually, when I was in Pakistan. And so it happened in IWS. These guys were really, really mad at me, the Black Fist, and they cut off my penis in the ring. So I had no more penis. So I went all the way to Pakistan under the tutelage of guidance of actually Mike Patterson. He's the one that convinced me to go there.
Shout out to Mike Patterson.
Yeah, he told me to go there. They can do this. It's risky. There's a 5% chance of success. But I was like, you know what? I got no dick right now.
5% chance.
5%. I took that 5%.
Yeah.
You know, those are still
Never
good
tell me
odds.
the odds, kid.
Better than winning a 649 and you still
you're
buy a
better
lottery
chance,
ticket,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Exactly.
So I said, I'm going to Pakistan and I'm gonna get this. Yeah, actually, this is the video. So this happened.
Do we need sound? Of you buying a penis?
So this is the doctor actually that did it. And after the doctor in Pakistan, he got hired to do a show in Toronto called Transplants. He's pretty
He
famous.
was that good?
Yeah, that good. So anyways, I signed my life away. I don't know if you guys
I mean, if you could
have to
successfully
or,
do
talk
a...
over it, or it's better to talk or not talk.
I don't know. Is it?
I mean, if you could successfully transplant a dick, you could pretty much do anything, I feel, right?
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah, I can hear it.
so.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Or you die, or the spirit of the orca penis takes control of the human
It was an
body,
orca
or it
penis.
makes you do things, you know, very
Because I mean,
standardly.
really, what are you gonna put on me?
I don't know.
It was pretty big, so it's
And
like
those pants are kind of loose. Right?
yeah.
Well, the Sexxxy Eddy I know would not hesitate to get his libido back. You cannot
you need your
wrestle
libido
without
back.
a penis, Eddy. And I have gone to great lengths to secure a great penis for you. Just for you.
guy's good
A
too,
great
bud.
killer whale orca penis. So, what are you gonna do,
bad
brother?
memory. I'm gonna
Sign
say-
these forms and become more than just
So,
a man.
I don't know if it's spoilers or not, but how did he get the orca penis?
Oh, you'll see actually.
Oh,
once-
okay, all right.
We'll go. You know, maybe fast forward a minute or something like that.
You
You
just
know,
splice in you and Free Willy just
signing
hacking
my
up a
life
fucking...
away. See, he's sending these. There's people sleeping all over in Pakistan. It's
Get out of here.
he's giving me the last. He's telling me I got to go down in the basement to do the operation, just in case officials kind of see it. Anyways, it's on YouTube too. Everyone, I'd encourage, don't go too far. Don't go a little bit before that. Like let's say go 30 seconds after that, and you'll see he's applying. He's sweating a lot.
Oh.
Holy shit, he's doctoring, all right.
So this right from the fish market is his illegal orca whale penis.
Oh.
Wasn't allowed. So it's like the part of
I feel like this should have been on Grey's Anatomy.
And here, this is the. You're gonna see it.
What do you think?
You're gonna find out.
Feel like fucking.
And there you go. There you have it. So that was my first.
Like dynamite.
Actually, yeah. So Jeremy Prophet was one of the guys involved in cutting my penis. But then I came back stronger and better. And so that was my first one. But then recently I had a vasectomy, and so I thought, I'm not a pussy, whatever. I was like, They froze me, so I was walking afterwards, and they told me take 2 days, don't do anything.
Nothing.
And
Like,
nothing.
What's nothing? Like what? Don't
Nothing
jerk
is-
off and don't.
That's for 5 days. No
Okay.
sex and jerking
No
off.
sex and
so
no
of course
jerking
I don't listen well. People tell me things what to do. I say fuck you. I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah. I want to see what happens.
Yes, actually, that was the first time I met Rage Against the Machine. I told them that, and then they made a song out of that.
That's
So
insane.
insane. No, it's not true. That's not true. I don't want to get sued. I'm already getting sued for my, the thing I talked about before. After that, the vasectomy, he said, don't stay off your feet. Just be at home. Make it a fucking, you're watching movies and that's it. But they freeze you. So I was like, I don't feel anything. I walked around and stuff. And I went to work 2 days. Oh, beautiful. Keep them coming, Fairy. Look at that. Lift up the skirt right there. Oh, there we go. And so after this, so then like that 2 days later, it was like as I was sitting on ice packs and stuff too, but I was doing a lot of walking, still lifting. Where they say, hey, you're not supposed to lift 10 pounds, 20 pounds. And I'm like, that's for normal people. I jump off balconies. I dive through lights. I'm an exception.
Yeah.
I'm not an exception. No one will be okay. Take those 2 days off because my nutsack was like I had two hands and I still couldn't cover the whole thing. And it was like I have a nice picture. Well, that's on. There's nice pictures of it on YouTube too. No, I'm joking. See, it was just really big, and I was worried because I'm walking like a cowboy. I couldn't even sleep on my side
Because this
your
normal.
leg is like exactly.
Yeah.
So he gave me anti-inflammatories, infection pills, any in case because I didn't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I'm like, if there's one thing I'm good at, is fucking. And if I don't have that again, like after that orca penis incident, I was like, shit, you know? So I'm been off work for a bit for that. But ladies, my penis is back, almost back to normal. I mean, anyways, you know what? If we want to try one neural nut and one that's like a hockey puck, if you want to give it a try, you know, they'll put all my social medias, and you guys can contact me. And we'll get hooked up.
Now, going back to the orca penis.
Yeah.
Now, I know when orcas are in captivity, their
Going
fin
back
kind
to
of
the orca
curves.
penis.
Is that what your dick is like when it's in your pants?
Yeah, it did. And
Because it's not happy being confined.
And also,
Yeah.
it's weird because once in a while, when I'll be about to come, about to ejaculate, and I start doing whale noises, and
I was literally just about to say that.
it comes out natural, and I don't know, you know, it's like, but so I've been, it's like Tourette's, I'm trying to shut it down.
Babe, are you coming? So now that you're back and better than ever, we got a little something for you that might get you a little wound up.
Oh boy!
If that's your kind of thing, because what brought it to mind was I noticed Jeremy Prophet's name at the end of that video.
Yeah.
Friend of the show. Shout out to Black Dynamite.
Jeremy
Bruno,
Prophet.
if you want to pull that up for us, you might want to throw on your headphones.
Yeah.
This is
We got a little something for you.
hit it.
Hit the music.
So, Eddie, word on the street is that you're going to be doing the Jofo in the Ring podcast. Well, I'm glad to hear that because those guys are actually going somewhere. So maybe they might be able to put a little bit of relevancy on your name. Because the fact is, you haven't been relevant in at least the last 10 years, and that's probably all you're going to talk about. So let me give you some advice. Maybe you should tell them about me and you and our history, because when we were in the ring and I was beating you within an inch of your life, that was the last time you had any relevance. So I know that I set the bar pretty high as the first guest on this show. Clearly, the bottom of the barrel has been scraped to have you on there. But I just hope you do them justice, because they're good guys. They run a great show. And I think if you play your cards right, maybe they might help people to remember who the hell you are.
Wow.
So
That's one of the that's one of the nicest things everyone's ever. It's true. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Wow, that was beautiful.
Like, you had rivalries with Jeremy Prophet.
Well, we had a lot of rivalries, but he says I'm going to talk about stuff that happened 10 years ago. Sure, I'll talk about stuff that happened 10 years ago.
Oh.
I'm going to talk about the time when we were in Cornwall, and was it a Halloween party? And we both picked up a girl. This is way before, by the way, way before his girl that he's with now, before I was with a girl and everything. And it was this. So we ended up both. We do a show. We'd always go to this bar, Fatty Cats. They'd hook us up with drinks all the time.
I like the sound.
Crazy. It was a crazy parties, and so Jeremy went back. So this girl, actually, by the way, Jeremy was talking to her for like an hour and a half. He does a lot of talking, as you can see. I'm a man of action, and so this woman, she was like, "It's my birthday." She grabbed my ass, and I didn't talk to her at all. She's like, "I'm taking him home." I remember her. I say Rachel. I even know her last name, Rachel. It's so random, but I
Shout
just
out to
know
Rachel.
yeah. And again, she said, "I'm taking him home," and then the girl that Jeremy was talking to happened to be her niece.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we go back to her place, and
The wheels are already in motion.
oh,
already.
I was looking at Jeremy like, what the fuck's going on? We're in an alternate universe. Sometimes it takes a while in wrestling for things to hook up. But anyways, yeah, she had, I remember, the leopard matching top and bottom. Like, she was there to fuck. She went to the bar. She was prepared. You know, when a girl did the cleanup job down there too, it's like she knew she was gonna get laid. I've had some girls say like, "Well, I didn't know we were gonna fuck on the first date." I'm like, "You're Sexxxy Eddy, goddammit. I don't fucking pussyfoot around the bush here, you know."
But then the next time the bush is gone, so it's fine.
Yeah, so that's why sometimes they find excuse. I'm on my period. I'm on this, and like, or give me 5 minutes to freshen up.
I'm a bitch.
And then you hear the zzz, the trimmers going down and stuff. She's got the electric shaver and everything. So maybe me and Jeremy would go back to her house, and right away, the girl, I'm in the room with her. She had candles. She had the fucking music. Everything was set up. And again, I think leopard bedspread too. She had it all matching.
You were her victim.
She was on the prowl.
She was
like that cougar bagged you.
Oh my! And that was perfect, man. I was like looking to be bag tagged, and ready to go.
So you Mellencamped her. You just took the cougar out.
That's good. That's good. This guy's sharp. He's on point tonight.
Stop it.
Stop. There's that girl's voice again, right? Stop it. Stop it. So and then Jeremy was like, the next morning, and I'm like, holy fuck, she took me for a ride. Like she fucking would, she took over. She wanted to be pounded good, and I'm like, how did it go with you, dude? It's like, well, we started making out. We kind of fool around a little bit and stuff, but. It wasn't her house. It was her aunt's house. So we're sleeping in the bedroom of one of her sons that wasn't there.
Oh, man.
And he's like, no, she didn't want to go any further because she's like she's her niece. Anyway, whatever. She didn't feel comfortable doing it in that room. And I'm like, fuck, I felt really comfortable last night. In fact, I feel so comfortable, I need to get checked. I need to get checked right now. But she told us, I remember we had to leave before 10 because her ex was coming with the kids. And so we went for breakfast and everything, and everyone was looking at us. It's a Sunday morning breakfast, and there's a white guy and a black guy sitting at a table. We've never seen them before. They're the regulars that come to this brunch place, this family brunch place every weekend. So they're just chewing, looking at us, and I was like, fuck, I feel like I'm in the Mid-South, man. I feel like, they're all gonna pull out their hoods on, and I'm like, Jeremy, every man for himself. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I love you. Get him, guys. Get him. And I'm running out the back door. I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Sunday brunch place. Everyone just got out of church.
Just
kidding. God doesn't live in Cornwall.
So there's my story of Prophet. That was, having some action together way back in the day. Yeah, we did a lot of matches and stuff.
You guys have some good matches, man. What I've seen,
And then, like he says, recently, I'll only talk about my old matches because they're the only ones that I don't have fuck-ups in, So, but whatever. So that's a good Jeremy Prophet story. I got more stories too, man. Shoot me a name, and I'll see if I got a story on.
I was gonna ask you. You obviously fought a fucking laundry list of people, known wrestlers, right? Is there anybody that you haven't faced and wanted to?
At one point,
dead or alive.
At one point, actually, was Gold Dust.
Really?
Because he was the only one that I like. At first, when I was younger, I was like, "Oh, I'd love to fight Rob Van Dam." I think because he was still around.
Yeah.
Or again, everyone's gonna say Shawn Michaels, and it's like you can't wrestle. You know what I mean? He's like, dream on.
Yeah, I want to face The Rock.
But someone who's more relevant, and since I was going to Philly a lot, I thought maybe one time, whatever,
bump into him or something.
But even then now as my characters evolved. And again, I'll go back to when you start wrestling, you kind of imitate some of the gimmicks, some characters that you like, that you want to build yourself, but you can't copy.
Yeah.
You can't be, I'm going to shave my head bald, have a goatee and a vest and do the finger and drink beer. No, you can base some stuff and start off, and then you find yourself. And then once you find yourself, and I was having a lot of fun being Sexxxy Eddy because Sexxxy Eddy is very confident. He's comfortable in front of a crowd, and I could meet girls like this. There's 200 people, and I can go and kiss all these girls walking around the ring. But put me alone with a girl, I was just like, I'm back to boring Eddie. So I didn't want to be myself anymore. At one point, I lost myself in the character, which happens to maybe a lot of wrestlers when they sit back and realize it, and they look back, and it's like, I was like, man, I'm meeting more girls with this character.
Yeah.
Let me just be this character all the time.
You were true to that character 24/7.
I was true, but then the thing is, it comes back to haunt you too. You even try to have girlfriends and stuff like that, and they're like, no, I know your reputation.
I've seen you on YouTube. And
I've seen your fucking fishy penis. I don't want that in me. So the thing is, though, then you end up finding yourself, and then you get to a point when you know your character enough that he's unique, yet he took a little bit from these guys, but he's unique now.
Yeah.
And people could say, like, truly, you're this unique character, but you're also able to turn it on and off. And it's when my music hits and I come through the curtain.
It's the most important thing.
That's when I could turn it on, and I could turn it off when I go back. Usually I don't turn it off because I'm having fun with the guys, and they want, and the guys want to hear some of the jokes that I have to say.
Yeah.
The guys want to be like, Eddie, who did you fuck this week? Tell me the story, And so I'm like, well, here we go. I could tell you guys a good story. Viking, Viking doesn't wrestle anymore, but he's he's with his wife as a kid. You know, things are good, but he doesn't wrestle anymore. So we were one time in IW Mid-South. I just did a death match. And so one of the guys, he's a referee in NXT. I can't talk about him right now, but I've wrestled him. And he's like, "Yo, Sexxy."
I think I know who it is.
He's yeah. Well, it's you know, I don't want the lawsuits already. My phone's been buzzing a lot already. I'm worried to look at all those fucking phone calls. He tells me, "Yo, Sexxy, this girl really wants to meet you." And I'm not in Illinois like often. So I was like, okay, we just did a deathmatch tournament and stuff, and I won. So I'm on top of the world. I feel good. There's a shitty crowd, but I made some money, this and that. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm popping pills and taking shots with all these cool guys that are some on AEW, some on NXT. Just happens like that. And if you watch any IWA Mid-South DVDs, it looks like crap. There's no entrance to come out. There's like a door usually. And there's 100 people in the crowd, but these DVDs go worldwide, and it does, you know, that's
what
why
it has to do. Right?
So you see some of these guys giving it their all, guys that started there, like CM Punk. I was gonna say Tyler Black. What's his?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. Guys that started there too, as Colt Cabana, like, and so small crowds, but it was good DVD marketing.
Yeah, man.
So, anyways, he calls the girl up. The girl then texts her boyfriend, and she says she's at the library studying. But so she's in the hotel room with me and this other guy. Again, NXT referee. Can't mention his name. And I said, look, guys, I'll put a show. I took some pills and stuff, and I was like, I don't even know if I can get hard or not. I said, I'll open the curtain, and you guys can watch. Just be quiet. Viking was way too much doing shots. He'd drink Jack Daniels from the bottle. When we go to the States, it was the only place back then. They had a 3-liter of Jack Daniels that they didn't have here yet. So he'd always fucking boom right to there. Or you talk to some fans in the States too. They're very giving. Yo, Sexxy Eddy's coming up. What do you like? What do you want? So, you know, some guys hook me up. And when they come to Canada, we got to be ambassadors of our own country.
Of course, yeah.
You get hooked up. You hook them up. You ask them what they like.
Works both ways.
Wrestling Sabu, the same thing. I was like, dude, I brought a couple of these pills. Tell me what you need. This, or this. He fucking was like, all of them. And he fucking, I was like, holy shit. And he took 2 before the match. And I was like, you take 1, that fucking knocks you out. And I was like, he took 2 before the match. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be wonderful. So again, back to the story. I open the curtains so the guys can come. They're watching. Then Viking starts pounding on the window. Hey, it's me, Viking. Yo, Sexxy Eddy, with a French accent. Sexxy Eddy, open up. And the girl's like, what the fuck? She gets off her knees. She's sucking me and the referee from NXT's dick. So, and then I said, oh, oops, you know. So I pulled my pants. I was like, oh, we're just going to hang out a little bit, you know. So we open the door. The other guys come in, four other guys, all deathmatch wrestlers. And so we're just hanging out, talking. Oh, so what's up? And I guess she just did this, hi and stuff. and fuck, I was limp. I was beating her in the face with it, but I was like, no, man. She had a face like Miss Piggy. I mean, if my dick was green, maybe it would have worked better. But I didn't. I had just gotten cured from chlamydia, so So anyways, so they come in, and then again we start, grabbing her tits, making out, doing stuff like fucking around, and then so. One of the guys, she's like, oh, I love you to the guy. That's why she came. The guy would call her, let her know I'm in town. Really? He's in town. She'd come. So
she was eyeing you out then.
She was like the other guy, but he said she always wanted to meet me. Okay. Basically, she always wanted to suck my dick. Man. Like, so here's the thing. So he's like, oh yeah, you really love me? You're gonna eat Sexxy Eddy's ass. So I'm fucking wasted. I go on the bed. And I take off my underwear. I'm limp, like if it's just fucking flopping around. It's useless. It's just, I probably can't even pee from it with all the pills I took. So I lift up my legs like a fucking, like I'm in an 80s workout video, woo! And she's like, she looks at, like, pretend. I'm going to pretend. No, I'm going to pretend. It's okay. I heard that girl voice you did.
Yeah.
So
I got tits.
So I'll pretend. Yeah. So you know what? She looks her in the eyes and she's like, I love you, blank name of referee that works at NXT. Yeah. And then she starts licking and eating my ass. And okay, so as she's licking my ass and my legs are like this, right above, like, some blood. I did death matches. Some blood was dripping from my leg, dripped on her arm while she's like panicking. What the fuck? And then we all start laughing. So I put my clothes back on, and then me and Viking. Well, first off, yeah, one of the guys banged her in the bathroom. He left the door open. He just bent her on the toilet over the toilet bowl. And I was like, yeah, he fucked her. And then after that, me and Viking were like, listen, to solidify our tag team, how close can you be a brother to someone?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So we both put our fingers, just 2 fingers each, right? We both like this in her pussy at the same time. Same time. Only in wrestling, my friends.
And you.
No. This is Viking.
Okay, you
and we were
Viking.
tag team partner. A lot of times we were called beer.
That's a tag team partner.
We were called beer and tits in the States. Look up beer and tits wrestling. Say, again, because I was like, I like tits. I like beer. And then he's like, I like tits and I like beer. Perfect combination. That was it. Beer and tits. So we put our fingers, both of us are these fingers inside. And as they're inside, we're clapping. We're tag. Make the tag. Make the tag.
You're tagging in and out.
Juice is flying everywhere. We're fucking dying. We're cracking up. And I was
a hot tag.
I think she did, maybe. Is that so as we did that, and then we were like, let's call it a night. And as I was leaving with Viking, the 4 other guys, well, one had already fucked her, and the 3 other guys were just on the bed. They had these creeper eyes on them, and I was just kind of like, we've had our fun. We've made some great stories. Let's go. Let everyone else have some fun too. And to tell you how long that was, she had written me on MySpace. So, hey, kids, you don't know what MySpace is, man. Wow.
Kids know about that.
So you got to learn a little about her too, like her favorite song. Or you just had like top
You know
5
what?
favorite songs.
She wrote to me and I said, if I'm ever in town again, yeah, sure. And never happened.
Never happened.
We had our
probably
fun. Plus, I couldn't even get. I was just flopping in the wind there. It was just kind of like I was having more fun performing for the guys. And again, when you're spread eagle and you're vulnerable like that, but you're having a great time. How many times can you be spread eagle with your ass open, having a great time with your buddies?
Hey.
Only in wrestling, my friends.
You got to commit to the bit. Commit to the bit.
Yep. Too legit to quit.
Exactly. All right, Frank, when's the first time you've gotten your ass eaten?
I've never gotten my ass
And
eaten.
why did Trax do it?
I've never gotten my ass eaten.
Dude, especially after doing 3 death matches.
On top of that.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
you know?
sweat. There's
Like, it
some
doesn't
things
taste
in
good.
there. I didn't have
It's
time.
seasoned. It's seasoned.
Oh boy, for
Yeah,
her
yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah, it's seasoned. It's seasoned for us.
So you worked with Hannibal as well. We all know Hannibal.
How did you even transition from ass eating to Hannibal? Is there a correlation there?
'Cause he eats pussy like his last name's
He's gonna
Lecter.
kick the fuck out of you. I'm just telling you, man. He's like, what? You talk about ass eating and then you say my name?
Sorry, Hannibal.
Fuck, he's a dead man.
So we
last
can-
show.
So we can never
Block
have
me on
Hannibal on
Twitter,
the show
please.
now.
Hey, boy, he's gonna wreck this place.
Either that or he's going to get his ass eaten.
When I've seen Hannibal, no, but you fought Hannibal as well, and you fought in it's GNW, the
Yeah,
federation.
Great North
right?
Wrestling.
Yeah, Great North
where
Wrestling.
he'd always have an old school guy in there. Sometimes 2. So it was really fun locker rooms. That's where I got to wrestle a lot of the legends in wrestling. Wrestling Honky Tonk Man there twice. And great story with him too. So we're talking about our match backstage. And he's actually it's funny because he's
Down to earth guy, like honky talking about, like guy.
great, man. Actually, I did a tour with him in Ontario. We did a couple shows, and the promoter would always take us out for sushi.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's the best time is when you're gonna work with someone,
Sit down and talk
and
about
if
the
you
match.
get to know it outside of wrestling, and even not even talking about wrestling. We went to a sushi bar, and again, I talk about women all the time. So tell me some good stories, and then we talk about women, and then when we do wrestle, he's much more comfortable. Like,
Yeah,
I trust
of course,
you.
exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the shake, rattle, and roll, but I'm gonna give you the good one, not the shitty one where I drop on my knees. Like he can't do the roll anymore. So it's pretty much shake, rattle, and drop. But he was so we're talking backstage at one point. And he's just wearing a fucking G-string before he puts on his trunk. And he had, again, Budweiser, his favorite beer, King Can of Budweiser. And even when I told my buddies, I said, you want to come meet Honky Tonk Man? You each get a King Can of Budweiser, and you can come right backstage.
That's cool.
And that's how they got to meet him. So he's talking to me. We're talking about stuff. He finishes his King Can, puts it down. We're standing in the middle of the room. I don't know. He did this. He pulled another one out. And he was just wearing a G-string. I don't think it could hang there.
And a holster in the back there.
It was in his guitar case.
I was like, that's magic. And that's when you know he's a true professional to the sport.
Yeah.
When you could pull out king cans out of anywhere.
Out of nowhere.
So that was that for me, that was one of the best Honky Tonk Man stories. Even then when we talked about stuff and he was like, oh, so okay, kind of you got the Ravishing Rick Rude gimmick. Okay, I like that, you know. And he'd look, he'd be like, man, that thing, you want to trademark that thing. And he's like, he was telling me, you don't touch my hair, that's my trademark. You got the dick. Trademark the dick. So we were fighting and stuff and we're wrestling. At one point, I punch him and he's on his knees. He won't fall down because he was 61 at the time, I think 62. And so he's on his knees as I'm punching him. I just give him a punch, and then I do a swerve. I swerve my crotch right in his face level because he's on his knees. Give him a punch again. Another, and he keeps saying, Ravishing Rick Rude thing, Ravishing Rick Rude thing, as I'm punching him because he wanted another swing. And the crowd's eating this shit up.
Exactly.
They're like, he's punching this old guy, and his dick is in his face. How humiliating, how insulting. This is the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever lived, and this is what he's doing. And it's like, easy heat.
Yeah.
I could just do that for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Punch, swivel, and the people just
Eating it up.
So
It's amazing.
that's all it
it's
takes
fantastic.
sometimes, depending on who you're with, and when they're pros and they know where to go with it.
Exactly.
So
That's the difference, right?
She's like, do it again, do it. Some people might say the wrestlers nowadays will be, that's too slow.
Yeah.
That's but who are you performing for? Yourself, or are you performing for the people out
Exactly.
there? And if
Exactly.
you're performing in front of a camera, that's even higher stakes because you kind of forget about the people around. So now even with the no crowds on WWE or AEW, you're working strictly for
With
the cameras.
wrestler, yeah, and with
with
the
the
camera.
wrestler, but to you know, so you got to give present yourself always on the good sides, not giving your back to the cameras and stuff. So it gave me a lot of good chances. Even Hannibal did the it was a Macho Man, the official Macho Man tribute show because his brother was on it, Lanny Poffo, and I got to wrestle Black Machismo.
The genius.
I wrestled Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
And
Great Ric Flair impression, that guy.
the best. I could every time I get wasted, I love that clip.
Everyone says that, eh?
I made Bruno watch it one time here.
Mwah.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Especially Ric Flair when he's just like, I kissed that girl right there, even that fat one, and made her cry.
Oh, yeah.
You
See,
cannot
you
say
can't-
that on TV.
You can't even kiss fat ones and make them cry anymore, you know?
You
It's
take
like
away- you gotta
can't
take away their
you
lunch.
can't say that. You can't do it. You can do it. You can't say it, right?
Yeah. You can brag about it afterwards. You just can't say you're gonna do it.
Oh man, and I've had my share of porkers. Let me tell you about it.
all
But I
have.
mean,
We can swap
I've had
stories
some
about that.
I've had some bony asses too, where when guys would do that thing like this, and I was like, no man, she was really thin, and I couldn't do her doggy style because her ass bones were hitting my bones here. And it was just like, it was so weird. It's like you're doing a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's flat chest and everything. I'm like, no. But I tried it out. A girl that was like 7 pounds or something like that. Anyways, whatever. It was scrapping up the experience, my friends. Now I can tell the kids, you want a girl with a little more meat. I love girls with curves. And
Yeah, you need some meat. Too skinny. It's like you said. It's like fucking a 12-year-old. It's not fun. And then you come on his Star Wars sheets, and then his mom finds out it's bad. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I love this scene. Did you ever see Grandma's Boy?
Yep.
When he has the Barbie and he's like, and then the mom comes in, I can't stop coming. I love that
The
scene.
part that I love about that scene is when he pulls her top down, and it's just her plastic fucking tits, and he's
That's
just
what
like,
I
oh,
like.
that's what I like.
Yeah. I'm like, and one funny story in the hotel room, actually, me, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, I was like, look, guys, I need to, before I go to sleep and stuff. And they were like, this is the age before a lot of cell phones. They had a cell phone, and one of them had downloaded some porn videos on his. So I think it was Sammy, if I can say that. Again, this is way before. Don't sue me again, WWE. I don't have money. You can't squeeze, you can't squeeze lemon out of lemonades, or you can't squeeze AIDS out of lemons. Whatever that saying goes, don't squeeze me. I got nothing. Yeah. Sami Zayn gives me the phone. He's like, I got some porn in my phone, and stuff. And so I'm up and I do my thing. I'm like, now I'll be able to sleep because I'll be tossing and turning. Plus, they'd make us shack up, always 2 guys per bed to maximize the guys in the room.
Okay.
So I don't want to get a wood in the middle of the night, like, and you're poking someone by accident. You wake up and you're spooning. You're like, sorry, I've been with a girl for a few weeks now. I'm used to kind of spooning. And then you wake up and I got I got one guy's orange tanning lotion on my chest. I'm like, oh shit, we fucking might have did something. You know?
What happened here?
So then it was his turn, then it was Kevin's turn and stuff like that. So at least that back then we were like, we're just fucking, we got to get this out of us if we're going to get any sleep. And a funny story too, one of the times we partied at the bar afterwards, it was someone's party. I think Necro Butcher was like, we're doing a party down there. Come on down. We're going to have fun. We're going to have shots. And I was like, I love drinking with Necro Butcher. He showed me how to drink beer at room temperature. Even in a hotel, he's like, I put him in, he's like, if there's no fridge, you lift the toilet thing up on the side and you put him in there. It stays cool. It says cool, brother. And he fell asleep. We were drinking so much. He fell asleep. He was on the floor. I was like, dude, you get the bed. You're the star. It was a Ring of Honor show, and I was just, I wanted to hang out with the gang. Okay. So we went to his hotel, and he's like, no, you take the bed, brother. I'm like, dude, you just wrestled. And he's like, nah, I'm good. I like the floor. It's better for my back. And so he's sleeping like this with his hand, and we're talking, and he fell asleep. Laying like a Playgirl centerfold, but with his hand like this. I don't know how. And I was in the bed and went to sleep. But yeah, he showed me how to drink room temperature. We go to this bar. We're partying. Kevin owns too. And one of the guys, I go take a piss and he's laughing next to me. And I'm like, dude, Adam Flash, what the fuck's so fucking funny? What's so funny, And he's there, wow, we put a Viagra in Kevin's drink we bought him. Because Kevin would only drink these vodka fucking, they're good, the vodka ice. But some people say, I can't drink more than 6.
Oh, yeah. Smirnoff Ice?
Smirnoff Ice. So he put
such a French thing to drink too.
He put a Viagra in his fucking thing. So the next morning, there'd be 2 of us that take showers at night. I'm a night shower guy. Some other guys like to take it in the morning. That's how they do their thing. So I was like, dude, okay, so Sammy never takes showers back then. He never takes showers. He fucking stayed stinky all the time. His gear was top 3 worst. Actually, Prophet, Sami Zayn, and Arsenal, the 3 worst gears that stink. They've learned their lesson since. That's something. You can take that to the bank. They can't say shit on me on that because that's fucking true. And that's the guy that I was bleeding in the match with the blood. That's Arsenal. So he's learned his lesson since. I'm sure the guy's wised them up really fast. So we wake up in the morning. I'm like, Kev, you're in the shower, man. Let's go. We're all fucking ready. He's like, dude, I can't. I'm like, what do you mean? Then don't take a shower. No, dude, I can't. And he's pointing like this. And then I was like, oh, fuck, we forgot to tell you. One of the guys put a Viagra. That's why you've been hard all night.
He must have tripped out. He must have lost it.
So, but he was okay. He was laughing at it, and stuff. And, yeah. So that was a fun little road story that, maybe there's camaraderie in other sports, football teams that travel, basketball teams, but wrestlers travel all the time. Yeah. Some of these, you have half your games are home games, half your games are away games. Here, wrestling, you're always like, we're going to Jonquière, we're going here. Wherever we're going, and it's, you're rotating. I might not see you in another 2 months because we might not be in the car together. We might not be in a show together. Okay. We're traveling. Circus travels as a troupe. No. Wrestlers travel alone, except when we were starting to go in the States, there was always our core, let's say 6 people, and it would rotate. So it would be 4 or 5 that we could fit in the car, and it would always be a rotation kind of thing. And who's hot right now? We'd go to Jersey, 2 guys were really hot there. Go to Philly, that was one. I was always so there was certain times. Oh, we don't need you in Jersey this time. We're gonna take him, and her, and stuff like that. So it was fun and it was cool. But every weekend, and people would talk to me and you really fucking love this wrestling? You're traveling 7.5 hours, right? You leave Saturday morning. You do a show. You're in the ring for 12 minutes. Then you're driving another 7.5 hours back. You come back Sunday night, and then you're back to work. Whatever job you have, because everyone that's not on TV usually has jobs. Yeah. Now with social media, guys are able to sell T-shirts, sell themselves, and make a little bit of money, doing seminars and things like that.
That wasn't the only thing you were doing in life was wrestling, right? Sometimes a lot of people had second jobs.
That's the thing. Yeah. It's this wrestling wasn't my first job because I wasn't making my most money from that. Yeah. I was making it doing other jobs. Okay. So it's like the hockey players back in the time when you got Maurice Richard. He's doing a move the day of a hockey game he has later at night, and I think he fucking again scored the most goals.
Yeah.
It's like fucking random, but same as us. I'd be going to work Monday to Friday, then Saturday morning we're in the car,
Bang, let's
packing up, we're gone, come back Sunday night, and Monday all over again. It's hard to have a life, but that was our life, and that's what we chose. And I don't think any of the guys would say they'd ever take it back because all those hours on the road, the fun stories, not everyone is as dirty as me, and not everyone takes as much drugs as me. So if there's girlfriends of wrestlers listening, don't think, my boyfriend's doing that shit too. C'est mon chum, je vais lui donner une claque, you know? Hey, with your corde à linge, go and put the clothes on the corde à linge, and you know what? Encourage your wrestler to do it and try and get out there.
Yeah.
If any girl is gonna tell her boyfriend, or you know what? Reverse that too. Any guy is gonna tell his woman that's wrestling, hey, I don't like that you're hanging around with other guys and stuff. It's friendship, it's a lifestyle, and it's like, again, the other person should be encouraging you, not discouraging you. And if they do, fuck them. Cheat on them every fucking weekend you can. Do it. Because you'll only regret it when you're old.
Just do it discreetly so you can keep the rent at half price, though.
Oh, boy. There you go. Hey, yes. And do it not too much so you don't have to get an orca penis. It's just that's, you know when people say they're like, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And when you use it too much, they don't tell you that part.
No.
You use it too much, shit grows on there that you don't want. And it looks like a fucking squash or a pumpkin with all those things on it. Anyways, that's what I've heard. I've never had
And don't do it to the point where you're still kind of in love with the girl, so you can still fuck her while you're back at home.
Yeah. You got to have a little bit of love.
Exactly.
We all need love. And then once we get old, that's all we want to look for is
love.
love. So, I'm in a loving relationship now. I got a ring tattoo on my finger.
There you go.
So, again, I have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And she still lets me have some fun.
Of course.
Right? Because she knows I'm with the guys. And when I'm with the guys, I become a fucking 5-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm just like
Sexxxy Eddy.
You know how little kids, how little kids, they at a certain age, they don't want to wear, they go for a piss. They don't want to put their diaper on. They're running around the house naked. That's what I do in hotel rooms. So that's what I do at 42 years old. I'm doing backflips off the top rope and showing my ass to everyone in the front row. And I don't mind that because there was a lack of entertainment and people want to see entertainment. And especially now when wrestling does come back, people will need to laugh. People will need to get out there and have fun.
Yeah.
So I'm that guy. I mean, you want a good wrestling match? Watch a Jeremy Prophet match. You want an entertaining match? Sexxxy Eddy is your man. Keep coming and coming and coming. And actually, I'm going to be starting my own. It's Cumyo. It's not
Cameo?
No, Cumyo. And no, so you can hire me to have sex with your girlfriend's wives, and it's for a modest price. And some of that money goes to charity. I don't know how much.
Nice
I think
guy.
it
Very
goes
nice guy.
into finding the causes of diseases and stuff. Because I've had a lot of hospital cards for that. So no, it's just trying to better the world. I'm bettering the world one step at a time.
Yeah.
If I can clear all these sexually transmitted diseases, we just won't be able to sneeze on each other.
You're a hero.
But we can fucking blow our load on
You're
each
a
other's
Canadian
faces.
hero.
See, the only problem with that is that nobody cares about STDs right now. If you just say COVID, but don't actually give the money to COVID, you'll be fine. And you'll get more money.
That's a good point too.
Either COVID or Africa, and then you're good.
You know what? And if there's going to be a promotion that comes out, I'm warning everyone. I'm warning the people that will listen to this show. If you're going to come out with a character, Johnny COVID, and here he comes from the virus capital of the world, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Don't do that. And then you're going to go to shake kids' hands and pull away because you don't shake hands. You're going to sneeze on people. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. You can wrestle like Chris Benoit and come out with a rope around your neck because that's okay. That's old news. But do not do COVID jokes. No. People get easily offended with that.
Yeah.
No COVID.
Yeah, well,
Have you ever
Fuck
fought
'em.
PCO?
Yes, I did. And it's funny because PCO, every time he sees me, he's like, dude, you're one of the craziest motherfuckers that I know.
That's amazing, though, right?
Yeah, that's
Coming
And
from him,
what he's doing right now, amazing.
Yeah.
He just did a fucking double marathon. He fucking ran
I saw that. Yeah.
And he's never run before. And so actually, I was going to invite him. I could invite him on there, but I'm going to invite him personally when Spartan races come back if he wants to try one with me and stuff like that.
That'd be amazing.
Because I've done a lot of those.
that's good, yeah.
Out of wrestling, I found a new passion in obstacle course racing,
Okay.
and it made me love wrestling again because I was doing less weight training, but just doing these every weekend.
endurance,
I was loving it,
yeah.
and I'm meeting cool people, and I banged a bunch of girls on the course. Dude, there's always, again, no, not on. Actually, one of the girls, I said, listen.
In the mud, just going.
I said, listen, we climb up the top of the mountain. Just let me bend you over. We can both enjoy the view and fuck at the same time. And this one girl, she was like, you know what? It's going to happen. So, but anyways, all this to say.
Yeah.
I'm sporting a shirt. Look at this.
Her mother was
I
a
didn't
mother.
even know. I got so many of these fucking shirts. That's all I wear. Like my wife is like, oh, what race shirt are you going to wear now? I forget because I always put them on. As I do a lot of these races and you meet a lot of fit people and you have fun doing it. I do them in my underwear. So I do it in gimmick and character.
Oh,
and then
perfect.
people are like, dude, you're the wrestler. You're the wrestler. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be wearing these next week. Come to the show. It helped promote it, cross-promote it. And then people are taking pictures with me. And I'm not on the podium. I ain't winning races, but I'm having fun taking pictures with people. They're having a good time.
cool, then.
And if you can't entertain in the ring, I'm like, I'm going to entertain also out
Outside
of the
the
ring.
ring, yeah.
And that's what I'm constantly doing a show like this. I'm not in the ring, but we're doing what we can to keep wrestling alive, to keep people's interest in it, and to have fun doing it. Is if we weren't having fun, we wouldn't be doing it. I'm looking forward to, again, working with one of my tag partners in Ottawa. We do at C4 Wrestling, Puff. Big
he was
dude.
on AEW Dark.
He's on AEW, so I hope he still wants to be my tag partner because we have a lot of good things planned. And I still have fun wherever I go and new challenges. Oh, you're wrestling this guy. Oh, he's a student. He started 1 year ago. Okay, cool. What do you know? We'll have fun. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, wait, we'll play on the thing that you're really young, and we'll say, let's say you're looking for a mentor, and that'll be the match. Maybe like he'll kind of imitate some of the things I do and stuff, and but he'll do it better maybe than me.
He's got a character to him too, Puff.
So
I like his character.
Puff is wonderful, and he's got a good passion for wrestling, and he's young too. Thing is, we were in a show backstage, and there was a mural, and it said something 96, and he's like, "Wow, I wasn't even born yet." And then I said, "Dude, that's the year after I graduated, like high school." And I was like, "And now we're teaming together? It's fucked up." And it was like, do you like sex? Yeah. I like sex too. Do you like donuts? Yeah. I like donuts too. What a team. That's all we needed. And we tell the crowd that too. It's like, you don't need to have an intricate storyline. It's like, hey, he likes pussy. I like donuts. Boom. It's like fucking a donut.
Like you said, the beer and tits tag team.
Exactly.
These stupid things, but everyone can relate to it, especially in the States. Every redneck, like, beer tits. I love it. I don't know how to spell it, but I love it.
Skinner Brothers.
Free bird! Free the bird, Sexxxy Eddy!
Sweet home Alabama.
Alabama. Yeah!
On top of a mountain.
So, again, this whole wrestling world, it brings you in different directions.
Yeah.
And I lost interest in wrestling, and then I found it back by doing other stuff because I thought, what am I going to do after wrestling? I'm not on TV, and sometimes you go ups and downs.
That's always
Injuries.
the question, right? Like everyone.
Injuries take you out, and then you were like, who are my real friends?
Yeah.
You're used to seeing them every weekend, and no one's visiting you. And either you pick yourself up, or you fucking stay in the hole and you retire. And like, I've been in the hole for a while now, drinking and doing a lot of drugs during my off time, which is not that much different from my regular time. But I'm looking forward back to the camaraderie and stuff like that. And I just hope there's still a place for this old pervert. Again, you'll have it here first. There might be a persona career change, gimmick change, character changing. We don't know. We're going to have to see what happens in 2021. Right? We don't know what's going to happen then. Is it going to evolve? Will COVID now spread through my semen? I don't know. Like, people will be like, the mailman, I can't put the mail in his fucking box anymore. He's got a big red X on his door. The government's going to crack down. They're going to be, you, I don't like you. No, stay away from society. So,
your sperm needs to wear a mask before it goes into the egg.
Oh my God. Yeah. But now, soon after this, the vasectomy. Hey, I'm clear.
Now you're set.
If anything breaks, the condom breaks, I'm okay.
You're good.
Well,
I'm okay.
Don't you have to like get rid of there's like a couple stragglers that hang around after
You got,
you gotta
30.
Pop 'em out?
Yeah, so there's the rules: five days of no sex, no masturbating. I did it in 2. I broke and I jerked off, and I was like,
man.
I don't know why I
With your
did that.
big purple
I just
fucking
did. I
beanbags
did.
in there?
Yeah, and I thought it got swollen more, but I was like jerking off real slow, and I was just
Your
like,
dick must look like it was
See what happens.
the dick. Yeah, because the dick looks smaller when the balls are so big.
sitting on the Iron Throne. Bring me Jamie Lannister. I want the North.
I wanted the North too. Once I played with it, at least I'm like, it still worked, and no blood came out. I was like, good. But yeah, you got to do 30 jerk-offs for about 3 months. I've already did that, and it's been a month. But 30 is the quota, and then you do the cup, and they'll know. So for me, mid-December, they'll know if my shit is still swimming. Okay. And I'm going to be asking girls, too, like, when I come in your mouth, are they still feeling the wiggles? No, they're dead. They're dead? Okay, they don't move? Perfect. That's the true test to me. Right? If it's squirming between your teeth and stuff like that, so.
Turn her mouth into an abortion clinic.
You got to kill that baby batter. Anyways,
hang on a second.
I don't want another one. I don't want another one like me. I don't know how my mom dealt with me as a kid, because but even then, it's like, fuck. I was a chronic masturbator. Who knew that would lead me to wrestling? There you go. I was like, I would masturbate anywhere. And I'm not sure a lot of us did, but actually, what's funny? We had a couch like that, the love seat, and I'd fuck the couch. I fucked the couch. I was.
Twice since you started
That beer fairy, she's a hot one. I would fuck anything, and I would fuck everything. I would try and be like, I masturbate in the ocean, the lake. Oh, I fucked a girl in the ocean too. It's just weird.
Hey, I've done that.
I tried to do everywhere different, right? You had a list of stuff, and it was just like, I was like hidden behind a tree. This, that. I've weird stuff. I've done it in my parents. We had a van. We had a van, and I was just jerking off. The lights were off, and I jerk off. I was just like, I needed to do it everywhere, and I don't know why.
It's amazing.
Fucking in the ocean's good because you use the current.
I watched.
Yeah.
On the bus. I think I did on the back seat, but I was like where the cameras are. Anyways, I tried to do it everywhere, and even then, porn was something that it built me. It did what it did its damage to. It did great things, but it did its damage because back in the day, if you guys were around, you were around. Maybe you remember scribbly porn.
Yep.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Right?
The dick would be up here and the twat would be getting pounded from
Bleu Nuit.
No. Pay-per-view.
Before Bleu Nuit?
These are pay-per-view channels after 11.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So you're working on scribbles. So your imagination has to be top notch. Now kids have everything on their phone, and it's like, oh, hey, I want double anal penetration. This you could type it up. Here we're like scribbly porn, and then
I still jerk it old school,
and
off the dome.
Oh wow, that's
I can still pull. It takes a little while now,
but it's better. If
and
you
my
can
wrist
do that,
does this. But
that they also arthritis kicking in. Yeah.
Carpal tunnel. I gotta hold a pillow under my elbow now, so I'm not holding my
You're
arm
just
up.
resting. Yeah. You use an extra muscle. Like no, just the wrist.
That, no.
We watch scribbly porn, and so yeah, you're like, oh, there's a nipple, there's this and that, and then sometimes you'd come, but then you're like, wait a minute, I heard only guys going, no. I fucking jerked off to a gay porn. Does that make me gay?
Well,
I don't know.
I can't come unless the guy's attractive. Does that make me gay?
No, it's not. You're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
Like I don't want to see some broad getting plowed by somebody who looks like me. If I wanted to see that, I wouldn't cover up the mirror in my room or the cameras.
Oh my god.
We had to deal with scribbly porn, and then when Bleu Nuit came out, I became a master of the 2 VCRs, and so I taped Bleu Nuit. And when I'd pretend to be sick, one year I fucking missed so many days of work. My parents would leave, plug the 2 VCRs, do this, start making my best of Bleu Nuit, and I have about fucking 4 hours best of Bleu Nuit.
VHS.
On VHS. Emmanuel, 1, 2, 3 in Africa. All of them. There was a porno. There was a Bleu Nuit with David Duchovny. You can check that out. Wow. There was a Bleu Nuit with the guy from Seinfeld. He was like, Elaine, can you pass me the magazine? Peterman.
Oh.
So there's a Bleu Nuit with him in it too. And
was
like,
he in a
so maybe you see just his ass or a side, maybe it was the beginning of their careers, but it was like the amount of editing that I would do to perfection. And then when they started having porn on the shelves, a good friend of mine, he owned a video store, and every time someone would steal a box of from the VHS, like they leave the movie, but they take the box to jerk off, whatever. He's like, well, I can't do the movie. And they were dirt cheap when you ordered at a video store. So he gave me boxes of them, which I still have at home. And I've lent to some of my best friends. I do fucking commentary on the thing, like, second scene, great facial. This one, oh, she yells. And
describing the fucking.
So I've lent my whole collection to Universal Champion, former champion, and he would give me back 4 or 5 tapes The next week, boom, boom. Thank you very much. Next. And I just gave him all my collection because I had all my markings on there because I put so much work in that. And even my mom, at one point, I'm bringing girls every day and stuff at the house, and I did a challenge where it was 7 girls in 7 days.
Wow.
You got to do different girls, and so I had to plan. So, okay, these 2 porkers, they're interchangeable. They'll take me any day.
Guaranteed.
And then this one, oh, well, I have a hair appointment. I can't do it. Oh, fuck. Okay. A,
Large Marge.
Yeah,
come on over.
Say Fat Nat, come in on. I was like, okay, Wednesday. I think, can you come Thursday? Yeah, sure. So I did 7, and my mom was like, I'm tired of trying to learn these girls' names because this is. And I was like, Mom, when I tell you, I'm not giving you their name. There's a reason, right? If I introduce you to them and we have
that means something.
And I don't pay rent. I don't want to give breakfast to all these girls. I'm like, look, half the time I'm here, the other half, so I'm eating 2 meals with her and the girl, and the other half I'm at the girl's house. So it comes to the same thing, Mom. I'm paying my share of rent and stuff. So she was like, okay, you're 35, get the fuck out of my house, So, it's like, just because our home is next to a high school, you can't do this anymore. Get the fuck out of here. It's like, there goes all my resources.
So there's one thing that it's kind of like we started a tradition now.
Did we?
Yeah, we started a tradition.
Did we?
We had Jeremy Prophet on.
Yeah.
And
we did.
And he got chopped by Jeremy Prophet. So the only way to know whose chop is better is for you to chop Kyle. If he's down and if you're down, obviously.
I use cock chop.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
One of my balls is still, like I said, it's like a hockey puck.
That's a different website we got to put that on.
If you could see, it's weird now that my tech, but like it pushes
You gonna
the
get
balls.
close up on that?
I don't know if it pushes my dick out, and I still got a little bit of recovery.
I'm not going to compromise my journalistic integrity.
I'm an anomaly to science right now, and I'm donating. Actually, I'm donating my penis to science. Because it takes a fucking beating, and I don't understand myself. I have some of the toughest balls in wrestling because I've had thumbtacks put in my underwear, and it can't pierce. My balls are unpierceable. Like, again, I don't know. There was a girl on TV on one of those Got Talent shows breaking beer cans with her fucking big fucking cans or her big tits, and I was like, I know I can do some shit like that too, but getting old, there's a little more gray coming in, So I just want to maintain it because maybe you're like concussion. You're one hit away from being a retard.
You never know, right?
Sorry, being special, from being late. But then, maybe I'm one cock hit away doing a fucking party trick at a bar. Hey, watch me light it on fire while I light my pubes on fire. And then it goes, and then you can't use it anymore.
That's it.
So, I really want my dick to work forever.
And I don't want to be chopped by it.
No. And anyways, like Jeremy says, I'm horrible at anything I do. But wrestling-wise, whatever. But people come for the entertainment.
Yeah.
So, I'll let the other guys chop. If you want to have a sip of beer or some or drink or some vodka.
Well, we can do the beer. We'll do the beer.
Whatever you want to do. Yeah. That's how I party.
I'll take a beer over a chop any day.
Yeah, we'll just have a drink and
You want to plug any of your stuff before we?
Coming up?
The only thing I plug is my penis in a vagina. Vagina. I like calling girls like there's from that movie. What is it? When he's like, hey. My name's he's like Gina, and he's like, no, it's Gina. Gina, yeah, it's Gina, 40-year-old virgin. I think he's on the speed dating, and it's like, so yeah, I like saying vagina.
Fucking Louis C.K. has a bit about saying vagina.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how when he was in Boston, he was like, "This is a penis, and this is a vagina."
Vagina.
Should call it a virgina.
Those Boston.
And then I
people.
literally walk around my house sometimes because I'm insane, just saying to myself, "Virgina, virgina." And then I said it one time with a woman, and she looked at me. She's like, "Did you just call it a vagina?" I'm not paying you to talk.
You're on Twitter, at Sexxy Eddy. You have a YouTube page as well.
You know what? Yeah, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Maybe you guys can do. You guys are good at doing the.
We're gonna
plug
put it
it, put it on.
The Wizard's gonna do it over there.
I have a Go Fuck Me page too. I've been working on that. The Cameo is gonna be, again, you just pay. You tell me. Twatter, yep, you know.
OnlyFans.
And, you know, I don't know, even I might end up, if I get drunk enough, I might dabble in the grinder thing too. You're trying to make money left and right now. It's tough times. Tough times. Hard times, brother.
I have a funny story for you when we get off the air about Grindr. Not about me, but we were at a party and we set our buddy up without him knowing with a Grindr profile.
Damn. Okay, we're going to save that one for all.
Save that for.
So, yeah, that's my plugs. I mean, write me up. You guys got questions, especially up-and-coming wrestlers. You want to ask some advice. I love giving advice. I love helping out if there's that passion. Don't ask me to watch your matches if my match is after you. I need to focus on my shit. And I can watch anything after that. Yeah. But, I realize that maybe I can't teach guys in the ring as some guys do seminars. But I can guide you, and I can tell you what not to do. Actually, one of the lessons too, I can tell guys too, when there's a sexy girl in the audience, don't go up to her. Ask the guys backstage, is that anyone's girlfriend's? Because now girlfriends tend to stay in a pack because they get protected. It's like a wolf thing. Because if there's one hot girl, she's like, one of my exes at the time was like, I don't want to talk about makeup and hair and shit with the other girls. I don't know them. I'm like, no, but don't sit by yourself. You can sit with all the other. I don't know them. I don't want to talk to them. Okay, she sat by herself, and every
wrestler.
No, I was gonna say every special person.
Okay.
They're like, do you like wrestling? Who's your favorite wrestler? Who do you like? What's your favorite move? And I was like, and she got bombarded, and she's like,
you got bombarded after, right?
Why do you take me to these wrestling shows? All these idiots are coming on to me, and I'm like, you fucking cunt. Can I say?
I told you.
I said I told you. Yeah. I told you I didn't know it would happen like that, but it's like, you know, I said it's flies on shit. Yeah. Now you're calling me shit? Yeah, you're shit. Get the fuck out of here.
That's the last
if you don't leave, you're going to get the backhand. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Hit the bricks.
Oh,
Jeez. Story walking.
Like you said, you can find Sexxxy Eddy on Twitter, Instagram, and MySpace as well, like you said before.
I can't even remember the password. I forgot it. It's probably still floating around. Sexxxy Eddy, 3 X's. 3 X's are important. Not 1. I ain't PG. Not 2. Fuck you. 3. Triple X. Sex Express. Sexxxy Eddy. Anyways, have fun. We all need to have fun.
We need to have fun.
Especially these times. Come to a show, you're going to have fun. Yeah. If Sexxxy Eddy's on the card, it's going to be great. Yeah. And then that's it, man. Pro wrestling, thumbs up. Yeah. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep all this entertainment. I can't wait to see shows, even
that's exactly
concerts.
That.
I can't wait to fucking party at concerts anytime there's music, like I said. Wrestling,
festivals,
alcohol,
everything,
hot women, orgies. That was my next one. I'm like, you know, give me a word, and you'll be like, Jim Cornett, orgies, Hulk Hogan, sex. I just like, no, I'm not thinking. It's like those fucking Rorschach things or whatever. I'm like, sex. I see a fucking bukkake. Oh fuck, that's a gum shot right there. That's a facial. Yeah, that's it. So yeah.
Oh man.
Sorry, I keep talking.
Somebody ate a lot of squid ink pasta and blasted it on a canvas.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Fuck, if I can do that as a job, when I'm done wrestling, I'm fucking, everyone is a fucking piece of work. Here's a Picasso from my prick asshole.
His mother kicked him out of the house for turning bras into fucking Jackson Pollocks.
Who's that other name there you gotta throw down? What's that name of that chick?
Oh, Large March?
No, that one that makes you look smart when you say her name.
Oh. Fuck. Ah!
Oh, there. He was almost this close to looking smart.
Almost.
Sorry, Butterbean. Get the fuck out of here! Guys, thanks for having me.
Claudio's never going to stop calling me.
Amazing, man.
Chicken Hands. Don't forget that this has been, this is showed, we're what's the date? It's March 7th. So we're before COVID right now. Shaking hands, not wearing masks. Just letting everyone know. Oh, wait, what's this COVID
How
thing?
excited are you for WrestleMania, by the way?
Never heard of it.
WrestleMania.
So, before we wrap things up, what are your plans for the summer? And are you watching WrestleMania?
Yeah, oh man, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. I hope Linda McMahon makes an appearance too. She always gets my juices flowing. Fuck with her fucking dry face and just walk into her best
it's
acting.
the lazy eye for me.
Her best acting was when she was in a wheelchair and Vince is making out with Trish Stratus. That was. You got it. You got it. Fucking hoe bag.
Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.
To another edition of Jofo in the Ring. Like you said, you can find him on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as well. Sexxxy Eddy, 3 X's. Don't forget. Sexxxy
3.
Eddy. You can
Like
find
porn.
us. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. YouTube as well. Our YouTube page is up. All our past episodes are up. Good idea, bad idea. All our podcasts.
The
are
one
up.
spoiler alert that I did. The one.
Everything is up there. Go check it out. All wrestling all the time. And thanks again, Sexxy Eddy.
Yes, thank
Guys,
you so much.
triple
Cheers.
cheers, triple cheers, you sons of
Cheers.
bitches.
And there's only one thing I have to say. Remember, wrestling is life. Woo!